Hey there everybody, Arlos here from Ice Games, bringing you episode 82 of my Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader Let's Play, and we're currently still in Chapter 4 of the game, and kind of going through some of the companion quests. So we are still waiting with the High Factorum news to have stuff with that, because we're going to teach Cabela a little bit about stuff. Card inverted, so the Master of Arms waiting for reports. So we're waiting for a report there. Fair trade. I can't get into the rest of for a reason, so we're gonna wait on that one for a while. So we're gonna focus on the path we lost. So Yurlet wants to privately discuss what happened in Kamora. They're arguably waiting in the Rogue Trader in her usual place on the bridge. So let's go find her and talk to her. And I think that's what this is going to be a little bit of, is kind of talking with all of our companions. It's that. There we go. Like, why was the map not moving? All right, let's go do that. Let's go talk with her. See kind of what we can do next here. Hey, fella. All right. Did you just stab yourself again? That's what she does. All right, Yurlet.
The Dark City released us from its thorny embrace. The wounds of the body will heal. But what about the wounds of the soul? Cruderach fell, and its demise shattered the fragile lives of countless children of Osirian. Scattered across this part of the galaxy, hounded by the monkey, pursued by the Dark Cousins, imprisoned by the servants of She Who Thirsts. Hatred is strangling me like a snake, and fear is coursing through my body like a burning poison. For the path I chose is leading me down the roads of failure. I can neither hold back my grief nor rein in my anger. And yet, I am powerless to stray from my path. Pay no heed to my fleeting wrath, Alantark. When the will slips away, the soul trembles with rampant emotions. But I will resign my heart to meekness, for there is no other way a marked outcast can help their fellow Eldari wandering in the dark.
Many terrible things happened to Kamora. Are you all right?
I found myself in the Dark City after following the twisted roads of truth and lies. And although the truth blossomed like an ugly bud and scratched my soul with its thorns, I did find the answers to my questions. Those who come back from the dark of the webway will never be the same. But it is we who change while the surrounding world remains imminent. This thought gives me strength.
All right. Koronus suffered an inevitable fate. I am sorry your world is lost.
I have no need for your sympathy, Alantark. Besides, neither Monkey nor my dark kin found the decaying remnants of Cruderach. Perhaps all is not lost. Perhaps we may yet bring back what has been taken.
What happened to the seer now?
Clendil chose to stay on the Lilithon together with Muaran and the rest of our kinsmen. Perhaps it is for the best. The stars in this part of the galaxy are hostile to the children of Osirian.
So where does the path of the outcast lead you now?
On the trail of a monkey called Caligos Winterscale. Even a worm may harm a wounded tiger by bringing infection into an open wound. And the wounds of my people have been bleeding ever since Cruderach's demise. The spirits of my kin need a poultice, a hope, not the executioner's sword already poised to fall.
I'd like to ask you some other questions.
You may try.
Footfalls, a buzz of rumors about Xenos ravaging the sector. Do you think it could be your kin from Krudak?
Is that snake venom seeping from your lips?
Uh-oh.
We, the children of Azurian, are no strangers to the art of war. We are not raiders, or butchers, or least of all, fools. When a craft world is beset by calamity, its inhabitants do not start a war with every monkey in the sector. If you are looking for enemies, look for them elsewhere.
Okay. You keep mentioning She Who Thirsts. What can you tell me about her?
Why ask this question? Is it idle curiosity, or something else? Do not turn your thoughts towards Cylon Thresh, whatever your motive. She is downfall. She is hunger. She is the enemy of all that is good in the universe. She is an enemy to the Eldari, and I hope to you as well.
Alright, the Chaos Gods are the enemies of the Imperium, which means they are my enemies. You can be sure of that.
We are as different as starlight and its reflection in a muddy puddle. But we share a common enemy. Constancy is our strength.
What was your world like before it fell?
Krudarok cannot be described in your language. It can only be sung. Encased in a filigree of sounds, a melody as complex and delicate as the Infinity Circuit, its energy network. It can be seen in the golden hues of sunlight, felt in the breath of celestial winds. Though it was an artificial world, it was just as alive as any real planet. But I must see clearly. Not only light, but also shadows. I yearn to remember only Krudarok's beauty, but it had a dark side too. My world was isolated for too long. Like a lake of stagnant water, there was no movement or renewal, and even the sweetest outbursts of life soon turned fetid. Who knows? Who knows? Had there been no stagnation, had our elders not been so blind in their dogmatism and our youths not lacking in courage, then perhaps Krudarok would still be alive even now?
How do your craft worlds even work?
Explaining it to you feels like singing a paean to the beauty of deep waters and coral forests to a bird, Alantark. Your mind's limited understanding of the world can hardly contain the contours of endless wraithbone spires, the intoxicating scent of a garden blooming under a dome of crystal, or the silver babbling of a brook that runs through the whole world. And all this encapsulated in a single vessel that shines like a star on the velvet drape of the void. A craft world is a fortress, an ark, and a home to millions of Eldari. It houses webway gates that connect it to the numerous worlds of our kinsmen and armadas of false machines that crush outside enemies. We can all be warriors, and our wrath is terrible to behold should the foe approach. But during the time of peace, each kinsman is free to follow their own path, shielded under the protection of those who follow the paths of the warrior and the seer.
What can you tell me about the history of the Eldari?
I am afraid your life is too fleeting, and your memory too feeble to encompass the entirety of my knowledge. My people ruled the stars when yours did not even have a name. But many of our songs and stories were lost, stolen by She Who Thirsts. I can tell you the children of Azurian lived, created, caressed the stars as if they were pearls on a string, until Cylon Thresh smothered our empire in her terrifying embrace. Different branches of the Eldari chose different paths to salvation. My ancestors chose an eternal journey through the starry void, living on craft worlds instead of real planets. We rescued countless wonders from the days before, but far from all. You saw this on the Lilithon. Not even we can always master the gates our ancient ones built. This is the story of the Azuriani. There are branches that chose a different path, gruesome and frightening, but I do not wish to tell you about them. That is our dark side, just as your kin have many dark sides of their own.
All right, tell me again what happened to your craft world.
The memory of Monkey is just as fleeting as your span of life. Your predecessor infused Cruderach with corruption too strong even for the ancestors of the Infinity Circuit to repel. And while the dying world thrashed in its agony, the Dark Cousins captured the fleeing children of Assyrian, looking for Seers to fuel the Homunculus's insane experiment.
What is an Infinity Circuit? Oh, did it not? The heck is going on here?
Elantak?
Okay, well, let's say I might be
trust your
done this
journeys
conversation.
will-
I'll take my leave. Let's see. That was the outcast duty here. Hold the trap that he's taken. Oh, sorry. Survivors accounting. According to him, that this transpired on a verdant world whose name is hidden in the mist of visions. We let Lord Captain will have to find it on their own. Okay, so we've kind of moved on to an area where we have to find a planet. Find out where the Eldari are stranded. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. Blood ties for the rogue trader must travel to Draconis. We'll do that in a minute too. Is there any more else I can do on the thing here? Okay, I have to go there. And the Solus should. Oh, okay, I have to go talk to. You know what? Talk to Marazar on the ship's bridge. So he kind of went a little crazy. So let's deal with this one next, because he's literally right here. And then it looks like Idira wants to talk with us too. So let's go talk with. Oh no, he's not right there. Where is he? Oh, he's over here. Let's go talk with our Drukhari friend. Oh my gosh, I got the new Drukhari Codex. Absolutely, I'm in love with it. I can't wait to start playing with my Drukhari army so badly. Oh, they look so good. Anyways, let's talk with him here.
Rogue trader.
That's me. We should know more about you and your cabal.
Ask your questions. I will decide which is worthy of an answer.
Let's see. You were the Draken of your cabal. What does that mean exactly?
The Draken is the first among the blades of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, and the Drukhari who stands but one rung below the Archon. The Draken leads raids and wages wars against other Cabals, keeps the arrogant true-born and half-born upstarts at bay, and has the pick of any opponent in any battle. Irimaris used to have others in her inner circle, but I ensured that they all disappeared one by one, and that their successors were too terrified to take their place. That was when my sister engaged an incubi order to serve as her bodyguards. Incubi do not respond to fear or bribes.
What sparked the conflict between you and your Miris?
Must there be another reason beyond survival and ambition? Kamora does not tolerate weakness. Kamora respects only strength and cunning. Either you climb upward on the corpses of your enemies, or you become one of the steps underfoot.
How is it that the great and terrifying Marazai was only the Drakon of the Cabal and not his Archon?
Keep your arrogance in check. Irimeris was clever and deadly, and if I had underestimated her abilities and strength, I would have been food for the Urgles long ago. The very fact that she surpassed me speaks for itself. I refused to give her cause to cast me out as a traitor. No, our rivalry, our little game that ran since our birth, took time. And another thing, when you're at the top, you need something to stave off boredom. This game amused us and terrorized the rest of the Cabal.
Okay, so in the Cabal of the Black Heart, what's their relationship with your Cabal?
The Cabal of the Black Heart is the most ancient of all the Cabals, and the largest. It casts a shadow over all Camorra, and when the Black Heart strikes, you submit or you die. The Reaving Tempest was not prepared to perish, so when the Black Heart's shadow stretched as far as us, Irimeris' predecessors chose to bend the knee and become their vassals. Irimeris never liked the Cabal's subordinate position. Her words, and sometimes her actions, directed against the Black Heart, prompted whispers of discontent and fear among those who served her. I was not willing to renounce the protection of Asdrubal Vekt's own Cabal. If I had succeeded in overthrowing Irimeris with Nazrakay's aid, many within the Reaving Tempest would have supported me.
Terventus, the Arch-Machininator, what is your connection to him?
Tervantius was Irimeris' ally, not mine. The Reaving Tempest is his patron, and patron also to the witches of the arena. I have had cause to seek out his artistry several times, and each time with difficulty. Of late, he's been gone from Camorra more often than he's been in it. He was probably in one of his lairs where he hides his other experiments and creations.
You have any idea where his other lairs might be?
After Tervantius quarreled with the witches and was stripped of the Cabal's protection, his havens in Camorra were turned into a deadly trap. I imagine they've been ransacked and destroyed by now. His other hideouts may be somewhere in the tangle of the webway, or in real space. But that last possibility is madness even for a homunculus.
When did you have need of his expertise?
When the grotesque of a rival Cabal ripped my arm off at the shoulder, when I needed a substance to wring the truth out of you in the Obsidian Court, when I had personal desires that only a master of flesh could satisfy.
What personal desires?
You are just dying to know, aren't you?
That's enough about the homunculus. All right. The more I listen, the more it seems that for a proud Drukhari, you very much enjoy submitting.
An amusing example of a primitive mind. Any Drukhari towers over any monkey, and we do not conceal our attitude to livestock, but my Cabalite kin. Every one of them should be treated with caution, and those who have already demonstrated their power and might are a deadly threat in their own right. I do not revel in submission. I accept things as they are. And I wait until a point of weakness reveals itself and calls to my blade.
You call yourself a Trueborn. What does that mean?
It is a caste in Camorra. Noble Drukhari born under certain circumstances. Their cradle before birth was not an amniotic gestational tube, but a living womb. Carrying a fetus for such a lengthy term is as good as a death sentence for a female Drukhari. She is too vulnerable to her enemy's attacks, and she is of no use on a raid. In Camorra, only the most powerful Drukhari, who are able to surround themselves with the best protection, can allow themselves such an extravagance. Farkaza Aziriesh, poisoner of Azdrujar, and Shaimish's elect, was one such exalted leader of the Drakari. The result was worth the effort.
Right. You speak Low Gothic, knowing your kind. I cannot believe that you learned it willingly.
It was a punishment. One of my raids was not as successful as it should have been, and Irimaris ordered Tavantius to forcibly implant the knowledge of the repulsive monkey language into my mind, supposedly so that I could at least benefit the Cabal by coaxing the monkey into their cages. 5 days I spent under a cerebral burner in the Spire's main hall, to the delight of Irimaris' entourage. I dislocated every joint, struggling in agony against my shackles. But I would endure it all again to expel this poison from my head.
You have numerous titles, I recall. Tell me about them.
Eviscerator of Illyridas, Blaze of the Owlcat Kingdom, and Slayer of Koronus the Pale. Illyridas was a world inhabited by our distant Eldari cousins, until I led a reaping raid there. The Owlcat Kingdom was a separate cluster on the fringes of Camorra before it went to war with the Reaving Tempest, and by the time I left, I was wading through the blood of its inhabitants. And lastly, Koronus the Pale. He was an ancient homunculus who betrayed the Aziriesh at the behest of another Cabal. That was not a military victory, but a personal one. In his attempts to make himself invincible, Koronus had sown inside himself the deadliest creatures from the depths of Camorra. It did not save him. I cut out every one of his 8 hearts and sent them to his former coven as a warning to the rest.
I see.
Are you sure?
I wish to know more about your kind.
What exactly do you want to know?
Actually, I think this is just kind of learning more stuff. We can do that
Perhaps.
later. I must take my leave. Oh, after what happened in the Officer's Bridge, how are you coping with the warp crossings?
You dare to ask me that question? Every time this barge pierces the veil, I am left alone with all the nightmares of she who thirsts. It costs me all my fortitude and strength to fight them off, and there is never anyone at hand with whom I can indulge myself. Only cold walls and a sealed airlock.
Ooh.
Since the first time, I've been slowly acclimatizing to voyaging through the veil. Only Monkey could have conceived of such a suicidal method of galactic travel. However, it is novel and exhilarating. At least now I know what I'm facing, and consequently, I will find a way to withstand it. And now it is time to learn what is happening with the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, leaderless and abandoned to the mercies of Camorra. The survivors will probably be driven into real space to fall prey to Silent Thresh. You must find them. If we encounter the remnants of the Cabal in this dimension, I will want to speak to them.
Okay, what do you plan to do next?
Now that I've gained a foothold in real space, I must find a way to win back my Cabal. Irimaris is dead, and the Reaving Tempest will be torn apart by Camorra. But if they allow themselves to be slaughtered, I will feel no particular pity for that worthless scum.
Alright, I must take my leave.
Then go. I will find something to amuse myself with.
Alright, so we've got a new part of this quest, so new suspicious ships. So a group of heavily damaged Xenos ships have been sighted in Langrene's belt. Awesome, so we're going to, before we go into space, we're going to talk with, where are you? There we go, Idira here. She wants to talk with us. Again, it's interesting because, like, I could, where's Idira? Oh, there she is. There was an earlier thing where I could have killed Idira. I could not have the Drukhari character. I don't have my... I want my... I just want my Arbiter back. For some reason I can't do that. I gotta figure that out. We'll figure that out later. Alright, let's talk with Idira. But yeah, it's just interesting there's so many characters we could not have. Which is really neat. I don't care about your stats. Alright. You seem to have a very strong reaction. Oh, when she broke the lens, that was forever ago. Have you discovered anything more about the door from your visions?
No, Lord Captain, not a thing. And I'm wandering from bay to bay, scaring the crew. But don't worry, I'm sure that as soon as we get close, well, there'll be no mistaking it.
Okay. I'd like to hear your augury, Idira. What awaits me in the future?
All right, let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Okay.
The stone visage of the Emperor is fearsome, but it does not see the flames at his feet. The brow of the one who calls herself his retribution is crowned by an orbital halo of corpses. But they do not all burn the same. Cold calculation can break even righteous anger. There is a canister of promethium at your feet, and where to pour it is your decision alone. In the labyrinth of a strange world, vengeance is served in procession. An eye for an eye. The spilt blood of those who see leads to revenge against those who were blinded. And drawn by the scent, a sickened beast comes running, baring its teeth. Its taming is a sham and leads to a crossroads. Wash out the poisoned blood, revel in it, or soak the earth in scarlet. The clockwork heart of a forbidden relic beats out of rhythm, grating more with every throb. He who started on your path with you will make way for daybreak. In the foundry depths, a devastating blade is forged, one that you cannot hold. To unsheath it is to call down doom and destruction. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in, somehow. But for now...
Alright, Things are strained between you and Argenta, isn't that right?
The little sister is afflicted with her own set of voices. Ones that whisper to her about corruption and heresy. The silly girl doesn't realize that if she wants to find the source, she needs to start by looking in her own head.
You seem to have a very strong reaction when Argenta said by the broken lens.
It was just my nerves playing up. Something about our little saint doesn't sit right with me, and I trust my gut. Oh sure, she seems straight as an arrow and as predictable as a hangover after drinking. But when I look at her, something about her makes my brain itch.
Okay.
After that conversation, I tried to listen to what was being said about her. Beyond the door, what I heard was strange. Blood in her past, twilight in her present, and something like a star leading her. But where is it leading her? I saw several roads, and all of them frightened me.
And what does it all mean?
If I knew, I would have told you. Hearing things clearly requires cooperation from the other person, you know. But that cobra just hisses and spits its venom at me. I don't trust her one bit.
Maybe we should warn Argenta.
Oh yeah, you go ahead and tell her the wicked Psyker has divined something about her. She'll be so pleased and grateful, and of course she'll listen to what you have to say. No, that would be pointless. And anyway, I'm not even sure what it all means. Maybe the danger is to her? Or maybe the danger's coming from her.
Oh, okay. Okay, where do you come from?
Lyra, an outlying world in the Heathen Stars region. In the Koronus Expanse, the deeper you go, the less visible the Astronomicon gets, and the less people know about the Imperium. The arrival of a rogue trader is the best thing that can happen to a world like that. The very best.
Alright, well, let's talk about something else.
Of course, Lord Captain.
I'm gonna take my leave.
Of course.
Okay, did that expand this one? Quests. Oh, that's a rumor now. The door. Search for an unknown world that she keeps seeing in her visions. She claims that her senses will tell her where the goal is near. So find the world in the visions. Okay. Press humanity. Fringes the Koronus Expanse. Okay, so we've kind of done all those ones. So let's do some of them in space here. So let's hop to our map of the Koronus Expanse and see if we can get to that one planet. Either way, we're going to continue on. Just really want my puppy back. Okay, what's this one? Oh, Amelia's message. So that is... Which one is that one? Which mission does it say? I think if I click quest... Okay. What's the quest I have? There's so many quests to do. So many. I'm just clicking off all those ones. Actually, let's take a look at the contracts here quickly. People for promethium and chemicals. People for provisions. People for, oh, an item. Do you have a lot of people? Weapons for extractums. You know what? I might do that. I've got tons of weapons here. Let's complete that. Profit factor, so that, no. Steel for people, no. Profit factor for stone, no, I don't need that yet. Profit factor for Xenos tech. Well, I do have a ton of profit factor. I might actually end up having more profit factor than I need. That's okay. No, I don't need that. No, I don't need that. Okay, don't need any of those. Okay. Which was this one right here? The Gene Stealer Cult one. Vin. Said Footfall. Nameless Star. Fair Trade, Outcast Duty. Blood Ties. Nope. Oh, Throne Rune of Von Valencius. Okay, I've got a situation in the capital. Okay, we gotta do that. The door. Press humanity. Charges the Tempest. No! Which mission is this one? You know what? We're gonna go do it anyways. Warp travel. Bloop. Oh, Lord Captain, I have done as commanded. Everything has been prepared for your ritual with Mistress Cabela. A select few upper deck officials are ready to leave their post to attend the formal gathering and praise your lordship's name. We can begin at your convenience. Splendid. Summon my illustrious officers. Oh, I'm gonna say I doubt Cabela's gonna enjoy this. I am confident that Mistress Cabela will appreciate the effort, both yours and mine. You could be more representative of the Lord Captain's representative of the Lord Captain's inner circle than a formal event in the company of the most eminent members of the crew. All right, splendid. Summon my illustrious officers. It will be done. I shall signal these servants and notify the invited parties immediately. Let us demonstrate to Mistress Cabela just how strong our spirit's vessel in camaraderie truly is. Okay. You travel through the Imperium, your crew on duty in loading Bay 7. Heard what sounded like a hissing of a giant snake. The terrified workers sent out a Vox message. Okay, so we arrived. Everything's fine. Oh, I lost profit factor, though. Oh, I don't like that. Chart new routes. Any new routes to chart? No. Let's visit. Let's visit this sector. And I can also go and deal with Cabela's little thing here. Lord Captain, we have arrived in Photon for system. Our translation from the warp is a little rough. A net loss of about 500 souls on the middle and service decks. The God Emperor only knows how many wounded, but that's only half of it. The brain boxes of the augurs are sending me reports that aren't doing my mood any favors. Real space has gotten more holes. Here's got more holes than a sieve, and all of our sensors are playing up. It's got to be sorcery, Lord Captain. If I was you, Lord Captain, I'd do what we came here to do, right, sharpish, and clear out while we still can. I've seen the likes of this before in the same region. Maybe your sorcerers will be able to explain it better, but here's what I know. Shite like this never ends well. Okay. Ooh, is this actually... It's called Price of Humanity. There we go. Companion quest. Oh, okay. Establishing the survivors. Okay, so let's contact the survivors immediately. Oh, we've also got some Drukhari here. We're going to do a space battle. I like space battles. Let's scan. Scan. Promethium 7. That's quite a bit of Promethium. Let's do that. Oh, the surface of the star shimmers with a myriad of hues. The dance of colors fascinates any who dare glance at it. The playfully colored patterns appear on the vessel's augurs in a wide variety of spectrum, from infrared to ultraviolet. Every voidsman knows that such emissions are dangerous to organic matter. Master Helmsman asks the crew to resist the desire to admire the star. Not everyone manages to follow this advice, and some crew members suffer from nausea and headaches. Order the shutters on the bridge's windows closed. Makes this the smartest thing to do, right? It is kind of cool looking. Alright, let's scan here. Nothing here. Let's go fight some Drukhari, it looks like. And hope this goes well. It probably won't. Most likely won't. All right, we got one. We got one right here. One right there. And we got one there. And then the heart. Oh, the heartless is ours. Yes. So we got the big one this way. So let's head towards the larger ship. Okay, let's send out our fighters. Oh, I'm in range of that. Okay. Target's too far. Oh. Well, then let's make it a little bit closer.
With the force of a supernova.
Okay, we did some damage. Good, good. Do a shallow jump. That'll get us even closer. We hit with our other dorsal weapon. Or with our dorsal weapon, not a prow weapon. Okay. Let's give it a storm. Excellent. Oh, now I should have dropped my... That's okay. Let's do that on Warp Channeler. And use this on you. Haha! I love doing that. Alright, and let's end turn. Ooh, you'll actually be able to get close enough. So let's do that. My Wrath Starfighter's wing. This is actually a tough enemy here. They're not going down without a fight. Good job, Heartless. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting you got fighters now, too. They're just regular Fury Interceptors. They're not as good as my Fury Interceptors. Okay, so we're going to get up here.
Hands, prepare for acceleration.
And what are we going to do here? We are going to vulnerability scan on it. I'm going to drop our fighters. We are going to...
Lance batteries, volley!
Decent amount of damage there. I guess I don't need all these torpedo abilities if don't have torpedoes. We're actually going to slide over a little bit. I think I might actually be able to hit it with... Aha, I can. Put that at the range there. And then we're going to do the warp ability on it. Just stole him there. Cool. Then we're also going to do that on here again. Just to lower those cooldowns. Oh, so that it can automatically spin you around again. Boop. And it blows up. Kaboom! That was actually kind of awesome. Okay. And turn. Where are they? They're that way? They're pretty far that way. That's okay. We'll make it. Okay, we're doing fine here. Oh, they're coming towards me. I wasn't expecting that. Thinking maybe he would run away. But he is not. Alright. Let's poke our head around this way. You're there. Where's the other one? That way. Okay. Let's finish you off.
Make every shot count.
And you know what? Let's warp jump forward here. Just a little bit. And turn. Again, we'll just keep pushing our fires forward. Shouldn't take... Hopefully... It is facing towards me. Hopefully he comes towards me next turn. There we go. Oh, he's turning a bit. I'll be interested if we eventually run into, like... Because we're essentially fighting, like, destroyers and frigates and smaller things. We might have run into maybe a cruiser, but, like, we're running into small ships, so I wonder if we'll eventually run into something larger. Be kind of cool. Kind of cool. Okay. Yeah, you're booking it. You know what? Sure, let's do that. Here, just so I can use my ability to jump forward a little bit. Not gonna, like, get me in range or anything like that. But it gets me a little bit closer. Yeah, because that won't give me any extra range. 2 spaces. Okay, and turn. Oh, they're coming home. They're coming home. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, no, never mind. That blew it up? Yeah, over and over. Gets a bunch of scrap there. Level up a little bit. That's the OK button there. Alright, we did some damage. That's good. Actually, quickly take a look at our ship before we go to this planet. We're going to take a look here. Let's accept the repairs. Voidship management. We don't have enough to upgrade that, but I did level up, so let's see what we want to get here. Probably should deal with some shield stuff. I don't have any shield abilities right now. So let's get... What? Maximum overdrive? No. Augur, scan the area for favorable tactical positions? No. Let's deal with shield pulse? Overload the enemy shields? Or reinforce our own shield? Let's overload the enemy shields on the weakest side of the flagship. The enemy has a hollow field that loses several of its charges. Pulses can also negatively impact other Xenos technology. This overload expends 25% of the flagship's shields. Okay, so I'm going to lose shields to do this. Let's do that. And then let's grab... At the end of each turn, the most damaged sector of the flagship shields restores up to 50% of its strength. Let's do that. Plate that to get some shield abilities. Posts, we're good there. Look, we got shield abilities now. I'm not going to level up my RAM because I don't care about that. I am close to being able to level that up. So let's exit here. And I think that's where I'm going to end this episode here today. So next episode, we're going to explore this world and figure out what is going on here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you guys like what you see, make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. If you don't like what you see, you can hit that dislike button too. But hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I'm having a blast playing this game. Hopefully you guys are having a blast watching it. And as always, until next time, keep your stick on the ice.